4 seconds. Nix to the sideline, and this is Franklin at the sideline. He caught the ball, and they're going to say he is out of bounds. I believe there's a marker in there as well. That was right on the sideline.
Did he go out of bounds and come back in? What is this marker for?
There's an official without a hat, so it very well could be that.
Now, is he forced out? Is he bumped and pushed out of bounds? That's the conversation.
Illegal touching, forward pass. Number 1 of the offense went out of bounds on his own. Return was the first player to touch the pass. The penalty is a loss of down at the previous spot.
At the previous spot as well.
And just 1 second left.
Now, again, the question is, was he forced out of bounds? If so, that's a totally different story.
Exactly.
Dean Blandino's watching this. We got 1 second. Dean, what do you see?
Yeah, looking at that now, whether he was forced out is not reviewable, but whether he actually stepped on the sideline is. So replay can look at whether he did step out, but whether he was forced out is not a reviewable aspect.
Dean, as you look at that, and they are going to see whether or not he was out of bounds, as you look at that on first blush, is he forced out of bounds?
It certainly looks like there was some contact, but again, that's a judgment call that the official has to make, and it has to be something overt.
How open and obvious does overt have to be? What's an example of overt, Dean?
I think anything, when you're looking at fouls like that, you want to see something that jumps out. If there's just a touch or anything like that, then they're going to say that the receiver went out of bounds on his own. So again, they cannot review this aspect of it. What they're going to be looking at is, did that right foot right there step on the sideline before he reestablished and then came back in to make the catch?
What do you see?
From that angle, I can't tell.
Yeah. I will say this, that linesman down the line did not hesitate. He is looking right down at the back judge, correct? And he is looking for that.
That's exactly what he's looking at. He has the look down the line, and he's got the foot touching the white, and then the receiver reestablishing.
And I will say this too, Dean, that is a pretty savvy play there by the freshman Green to not leave any room for Franklin. Right, kind of hip checked him. Yeah, kind of hip checked him, closed that space so that Franklin was going to go by him, because they're playing, remember, to keep everything in bounds, to keep it in front of them. They're going to throw short. They were not going to be able to with where Green was positioned there, and that positioning also forced him out of bounds.
I will say, if you're an Oregon fan, though, you say if the margin is that small on the sideline of the foot on the edge, then why didn't we get the benefit of a small touch guiding him to the sideline, right? If it's one margin one way, shouldn't it be the same margin of how much the touch has to be on the other side? That would be their argument.
What was Dean's word in the rule book? Overt?
Overt.
Is that overt? Again, it's one of those gray areas.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think most would say, let the players determine the outcome, right? Let the players. You said earlier about this replay booth, they have been on it from beginning to end, all 59 minutes and 59 seconds down to the final one.
By the way, if you're tuning in for the Arizona-UCLA game, that'll come up right after we're done here at Autzen Stadium. Now, if this is a penalty, it's going to be loss of down from the previous spot as well, is where the penalty will be enforced from.
The ramifications of this call are enormous.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of illegal touching stands. Second down, the previous spot. The clock will start on the snap.
So that will be debated forever.
Yep.
But it's not reviewable, the act of pushing.
The judgment is not. Now here comes a Hail Mary with just 1 second left as well. This ball's got to get to the end zone.
Remember, Lewis was short from 54 earlier. From the 38-yard line. One last heave for Bo Nix. Feeling the rush again. Climbing the pocket and throwing incomplete. The Washington Huskies have upset Oregon. And tonight, Michael Penix Jr. owns the Pacific Northwest. Downstairs, Allison Williams with Washington's head coach, Kalen DeBoer.
Coach DeBoer, so many big defining moments in this game. How did your team get it done?
We've been on a lot of ups and downs throughout the year, and we're just a team that always comes back and keeps fighting. And that's what it was going to take tonight. We knew that from the get-go, and it showed itself, for 4 quarters.
Michael Penix throws that costly interception in the red zone. How would you describe the way he was able to respond?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like him to throw that interception down there, and we trust him, and Coach Grubb and him, I think got it back under control, and that throw down the sideline, and that's just what he does. Super proud of him.
What can you say about your defense's performance down the stretch?
Yeah, they just kept playing, and the big stop on 4th down, the turnover early. We just keep playing. I mean, that's what our whole team's about, and our defense showed that tonight. They keep getting better every week.
Coach DeBoer, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brock, we got to go, but you said it. That 20-play drive shortened the game, and Washington ends up winning.
Yeah, this rivalry has had chapters upon chapters of incredible games. I don't know if I've ever seen a better one than this.
So much hate, so much disdain, and so much tension, eventually leading to a Washington win. For Allison and Brock, I'm Jason. Arizona, UCLA after these messages. So long from Eugene.
4 Special Forces operatives push 16 celebrities to the limit. They've been